my leg touched her, and then she was like, withdraw.
Kidding, but we're here now, Ross. It's bad enough I eat together. Shift your leg away from mine.
In fact, the way she drew her leg, that sent signal like. But I was not looking at what's wrong with these two people. Hi guys, this is the Akalubas here again. I remain Prince Akaluba, and this is
Oluseyi, aka Princess Lee,
and we are
the Akalubas.
Hello, welcome to our show.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thanks for coming again.
Today we're going to discuss something that you guys have already requested for.
Yes.
Thanks very much. First of all, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscription.
The love, the likes.
Thank you very much for your comments.
We enjoy it. We laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. Thank you. Okay, so the other time we talked about how we met, which was our most requested video, and we realized that it was going to be too long, so we decided to, film a second part based on popular demand. So here is it. In the previous video, we talked about how we met physically, but not how the relationship started. Yes, so today we're going to talk about how the relationship started and how we got from being just mere acquaintances, brother in church and sister in church, to Mr. and
how the chemistry started.
Yeah. Okay, so where do we start from? Who goes first?
Okay, you usually start.
Okay, so after my NYSC, after my youth service year, I realized I was going to stay back in Port Harcourt to pursue my career, to find a job and all that. It wasn't my intention because if you watch the previous video, I talked about the fact that I was not interested in staying back here. I did not really like the people in Rivers State, Port Harcourt and all. But the Spirit of God asked me to stay back, and I stayed. I obeyed. I had no place to stay. I had no family or friends, nowhere. Literally just went back to the church to go and live somewhere in the mission house. Nothing. And I needed a friend, someone I could talk to, someone I could ask for directions. Okay, I need to get to so and so place. I need XYZ things. And that was how I realized it was the only person. Most of my other core member friends had gone back. So it was the one I would always call. Hello, please, can you direct me? I need something.
Well,
and then he would help me.
Before all these things played out, I think where the whole thing became more obvious was we went to see a friend.
Yeah.
And then
we went separately.
She never knew I was coming to the same place. So
yes.
Actually, this was like an old friend of ours. So
yes.
Amara.
I mean, in case you're watching.
So actually, I went there to go and see this person. Just like I wanted to just visit, and then
I was also there. I was there to go and ask her that, okay, I want to become a teacher. Can you tell me which schools to drop applications? Because she was already teaching, and that was why I went there. He came for a different reason, to see his friend.
When I got there, I saw her. I was like, okay, fine. We had already met before. I was like, hey,
we know each other now.
What's up? Everything. We started talking, and then
the straw that broke the camel's back.
Amara now did something that broke the camel's back. Normally, when you want to serve people food, you serve them separately.
We're not couple. We are nothing.
Amara was kind of.
She was moved of the Holy Ghost.
She was moved by the Spirit. Flesh and blood did not reveal that to her.
Imagine serving two people
both of us
in the same plate.
I was like, for me, I was like, I did not want to eat at first, but I was like, okay, fine, let me not make her feel bad. So we dipped hand in the same plate.
The same plate. Gary and soup. Gary was in the same bowl. So we were eating together, literally. I
was kind of nervous about the whole thing, and then my leg touched her, and then she was like, withdraw.
Kidding, but we're here now, Ross. It's bad enough I eat together. Shift your leg away from mine.
In fact, the way she drew her leg, that sent signal like. I was not looking at what's wrong with these two people. It was so obvious, and I was embarrassed. So I decided, okay, fine, okay. Let me see who this person is. Look like her defensive mechanism is very, very strong. Just small touch like this, I touch your leg like this. You are doing.
I'm doing gra-gra. I don't used to take nonsense.
So that was where my attention now got to her. I was like, okay, this lady is very much reserved. Like, touch her like, yeah, what was all that about? And I was now looking at us like I had no explanation to give
There was no explanation.
for
There
the whole
was
thing.
no
So there was
reason
this
why
kind
that
of
should happen.
silence
Then
and everything.
after we ate, we
After we
left,
ate,
we
we
went our
left, we
separate
went our
ways
separate ways. Then, you know, one event to bring us together, and then since we had
in church mostly.
eaten together, so there was this. We started talking, and then I realized she was doing something that I had prayed for long time ago. She did something. She gave me something, and then during the midst of those conversations, in fact, I realized some certain things, some certain traits that I'd requested for. I waved it off at first. So it was during those moments where I was like, she did it again, and I saw that this, you can't actually hide character. Attitude is something you cannot actually hide. So I realized that this was her lifestyle. So I decided to go and pray and ask God, is this the person? And the answer was positive. So I knew earlier, like way back. So I decided, okay, if this is the person, let me get close because I need to confirm. I need to do a
Mm-hmm.
recheck. I need to confirm.
Mm-hmm.
And then she did not know. So at some point in time, I went to Lagos. I got the CUG line. And then the CUG line was where I gave her one. I took one because then calls were kind of expensive. And then
Expensive.
I
The
was doing,
CUG was
people
cheap.
were not really working.
We're using it
I
to
had no idea that
communicate.
God had plans for me to leave and have something doing that would take me offshore kind of. So that CUG in quote helped a lot. So I gave her one of the CUG and then we started discussing, we
Wait,
started
before we
talking.
got CUGs,
Mm.
I realized we're becoming close and we're now talking more often, people were already like, okay, so what's up with both of you? I was like, no, nothing, no, we're just friends, we're just a brother. And they're like, the way you guys look at each other, the way you talk, no, something is there. So I took the matter to God in prayer. I went to the altar in church one fateful evening, cool evening. I still remember where I knelt down in church at the headquarters. I knelt down. I was like, God, I need a husband, not a friend, not just a friend, right? This guy is a good friend of mine, but if he's been around me, is hindering my husband from showing forth, from showing up. Father, please eliminate him, remove him, take him out of my mind, take him away so that I can see my husband, like the person who will finally get married to me and all that. And I was waiting for a response. And guess what the response was from God? God says, that is your husband. I was like, I don't like play. Well, I don't like him. I don't like him in that aspect that I'll be thinking is my husband. I'm here to pray and ask God to bring forth my husband and to remove this young man, like Mr. Prince. I need him out so that the husband can show forth. He's been, I already know how God speaks to me. So it wasn't a case of I was thinking in my head. I knew definitely that this was the voice of God. But I was shocked because imagine you're praying God to take something away and God's like, I brought that person. Like that person is the answer to the prayers you're praying. So stop bothering yourself. I was like, this young man does not really look like you do. Yeah, his attitude is nice, he's cool. But he's still a struggling young man. No money, nothing. Lord, the goal is to live a
Mm.
soft life. You get
Mm.
it?
There's an advice there. Don't marry when you don't have money. Don't
The
marry
goal-
without money. Because some of these ladies, they have this thing in their mindset. And let me suffer with him. They believe that he will change. If that dream does not change, they can change. Okay, also,
Ozulo.
get why?
Guy no get money and they pray and come out from whatever. Ah, please, oh Lord, please. Remove.
Also, so
So
that when you have money, you become prayer point.
when the Spirit of God told me, I was like, I went back. I didn't tell anybody what God said when I prayed. I was just pondering it in my heart. So every now and then when he says or does one or two things in the midst of the conversations, I'll be like, okay, let's see. And that was how we became really close. We got CUG lines. The CUG lines here are just SIM cards that have cheaper call rates,
Mm,
about 1,000 minutes per month or something,
1,000
and
minutes,
30
yeah.
free SMS, something like that. So we're always using it to communicate. We'll talk and talk and
Yeah,
talk.
it was in between those lines that I got to understand. In fact, I was now enjoying the effect of communication,
Communication.
and then it was more like,
That
okay,
was when he went to work.
this
He
person
got a
can.
job.
That's before then. Before then, we now realize that, in fact, in those moments, I will be in my room, I'll be making calls for hours. My mom was shouting, "Your ear, oh, your ear, oh." And then I'll hear them whispering,
Your ear.
this girl that she's talking to, do you know her? My sister will say, I don't know her, oh, but I'll find out. And then I was listening to them. They were trying to penetrate, but I'll be in the room. I'll just be in the room, shout on my bed, making calls, put leg up, put leg down.
Hours, oh,
And
hours.
then during those periods, we realized that I could not find fault in this lady. It was like she was Mrs. Perfect. Like I could not see anything. Like I was blindfolded. So,
Angelina.
and then when I was asking, why am I not even seeing anything wrong in you, self? It was in those moments that I would not pray, God, reveal this person to me.
Literally, I was praying the same
Reveal
prayer
that
as
side
you.
of
Like,
this
how
person.
can somebody be so 100% perfect? There's nothing bad about it. No, love has covered my eyes. Lord, open it. Let me begin to see.
Guess
Oh my
what?
God, answer that prayer. We went from being
The kind of
100%
quarrel,
close,
quarrel,
loving. We became enemies, almost like enemies. We quarreled
In fact,
over
I
the
will get
phone.
pissed off. I will even get pissed off about the fact that she will be making call and she go to the toilet and not flush. You hear the sound, zuru, 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 zuru. I said, that's what's the meaning of
How
that?
can you be flushing when you're on the call? I'm like, guy, I don't use toilet, so I should not flush because I'm on the call with you. We'll argue, we'll get angry, and in the midst of this, our relationship was really severed. Things got really bad. Trust me, one thing I want to say here is the fact that God has said something about someone does not mean it's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. There will be a lot of bumps on the way. Get ready. Get ready to quarrel. That sister that is like the full package that God has prepared for you. You will see her bad sides. You see me in my mouth. I use it. I talk. Jesus.
Her muzzle is here.
I said a lot of nasty things. Till he got angry. He doesn't really get angry awful like easily. He got angry. Around that period, he had gone to work, so we're mostly communicating on the phone. He got angry. We stopped talking for months.
No, let me come in this place before she whine
What did
herself.
I say that got you angry?
See, babe just woke up one day and then okay, fine. This was what happened. I think we're not in Nigeria, so calling was kind of expensive. And then we usually chat through Facebook Messenger. And then then the whole thing was kind of rough and bumpy. So just woke up one morning. Then I saw a message from her. Like she sent a text message. I've gotten Mr. Right. I'm calling this relationship off. I've seen Mr. Right and blah 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 blah. I was like seriously, I couldn't even make that call because I know that that call was not a fruitful something for you to
It
waste
was not
money.
Mr. Right anywhere.
And then
Although whining him.
babe just went on Facebook and unfriend me. Means of communication cut off. I told myself, okay, it is time to focus on your career and move forward. I focused on myself for like 2 months. She would call, I will not pick.
Oh,
No, that God was dealing with her
God
directly.
just with me, child. Imagine telling God, okay, I know that young man, if I were broken up, we're not talking again, bring another person. God is like, nobody. You gonna get nobody. Go back.
And then
Humble yourself.
after like 2 months, I think that day when Nigerian shows, and then I saw my phone ringing. I was on duty that day or something. I was kind of free that day, so I just saw my phone ringing, and then I saw that she was the one. I don't know. Okay, before this time, something happened during those 2 months. I was in the recreational center. We were playing ping pong, and then one of the armed guards walked in to join us play, and then immediately he walked in, he was wearing her perfume.
You still remember my
Immediately
perfume?
he just came in, like the whole orientation around me just changed. He just brought a full picture of her and everything.
Oh,
I lost
lover
interest.
boy.
I lost interest. That was a few days before she called. I lost interest in the whole thing. I think it was more like God trying to bring a picture of her to me, so probably I would give her the chance to to pick her call or something or listen to her. And then I just lost interest. I told them I'm not playing again. I want to go and refresh and prepare for duty. She just made excuse and I left.
So
I got there,
imagine what now
showered,
happened
and
later
then
and now
when she
called.
now called, I saw the call.
Thank God you picked.
Mm. I said, okay, fine, let me check whether this person is still alive and I pick up and see whether this person is still bubbling okay. And I picked her. Hello? She was not like, hello. By this time, girl that's humble there. She was now very much humble. And then I'm not like, how are you? She was not like, don't tell me how are you, you that don't even care. I'm calling you, don't need to pick my call. I was like, hey, okay. And normally we have built this rapport of talking, so we started from there. And
On
then
firewood.
all of a sudden I was like, I realized myself, I was like, hey, you cannot just walk out and walk in. Leave me time to think about it, to whether I will reconsider you.
As a sharp girl, I told him, no, I'm not here for anything. No. I just wanted to check on you. My dear, no, I was stubborn, really. I was really difficult. I just needed that confirmation without any reasonable doubt. So when it was time to make the decision of becoming one, getting married, I knew 100%. Everything wasn't perfect at the end of the day. There were still a lot of things that were not working out. But I knew that, no, God had proven himself to me about this young man over and over again. I cannot at this point say that, oh, no, it's nothing. All this while we were still like, we had not even told the church about it. It was later after he returned, we just started planning. I told my parents.
I went from this to this. In fact, I was like, and then I stayed long. I think I stayed long offshore because it was more like my training period. So I stayed long.
But when you came
Coming
back,
back,
within that year,
within
a few
a year
months
and
after,
about
like
6
about 9
months.
months after you came back.
About a year and 6 months.
Yeah, you
And
stayed
then,
about a year and 6 months. I'm talking
yes,
of when you returned, when we now
yes.
got married.
Yeah,
It was not
after
too long after.
some time, quite some time, and then she saw me. I was not looking different. Everywhere I was looking chubby. From
Somebody
the
that
skin
left,
down.
when he left, he was very slim and, slim and
And
tall.
then
And then he came back big and
there was
fat.
pictures we shared that time. Then we were in the camp. There were pictures we used to snap, and then most of the pictures we took, we had nothing like we didn't. I literally did not even know that she would become the person. That was before I even prayed, and then I realized that hmm, how time flies.
Yeah, within a short while.
Hmm. And that's basically my own side of the story.
So what happened was, after everything, when he returned, by then the relationship had already been cemented. We were sure. We started to,
Next
ask
steps.
parents. I told my parents. I told them, okay, it's not Yoruba person. I want that me say, don't fail Moibo, don't marry a Moibo. I said, okay, this one is not actually a Moibo, this is from Niger Delta. You get it.
Yeah.
It's from Niger Delta. It's not Igbo, but it's kind of similar cultures and all. So thankfully, we started everything, and the process went smoothly. And here we are. We got married.
That's how
So the long
the
and short,
relationship story
the long and short of everything, like I said before, is the relationship was not a smooth one. Even in Christian relationships, like with Christian singles, where you're trying to come together, there will be questions to ask. There will be times when you will quarrel. Discuss your
Disagreements,
deal breakers. Discuss the things that, no, if this happens, no, we are done. It's not going to happen. We're not going to continue. We discussed, we quarreled, we cried, we fought, we did everything. So when we finally got married, there's no dark
Dark
spots.
spot actually. That's
Hmm.
why
No.
actually
There's
it's
nothing
very
like, oh,
good.
I didn't know she was like that.
Yeah.
You must know I talk, bro.
See, it's very good.
I'm a very
It's
shy
very good
and
for
quiet.
you to make who you want to marry your friend because
Very important.
you will know the person's negative side.
Yeah.
Everybody literally have a negative
We all
and a
do.
positive side.
Yeah.
But when you understand who the person is, you know the person for who the person is. You
Mhm.
discuss about the things you like and the things you don't also like.
Mhm.
The best thing to go about it is improving on the positive side of those person, because when you start seeing the positive side, the other negative sides will be you will not notice them anymore. They will not.
Then the other
Those
person
things
who
won't be
also
there.
has some negative sides, you start working
On them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will not
Working
just
on
see,
them.
that's how I am. That's how we are in my family. Work on it. Work on your temper if you're hot tempered. Work on your sharp mouth if you have sharp mouth. Me personally, I'm someone who is very shy on the outside. If you know me outside, you say, oh, on YouTube you're very outspoken. Outside I don't really talk. But when I'm with my close pals, friends and family, You see this mouth? I just loosen up and I speak. So when he realized that the shy, quiet copper he knew was now the girl that speaks, no, she doesn't take nonsense. She
She
says it
was
as
smart.
it is. At first, he was like, are you showing me another side of you? I'm like, that's how I am. If you're going to come into my personal space, you will get to know me on a personal level. I am a kind of different person. What I will not take, I will not take. And when I want to say something, I say it as it is, point blank. There was a lot of friction, but trust me, because God was in it from the beginning, it still landed us where we are today, and there is no regret whatsoever.
Whatsoever.
No, 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 never. So thank you.
Thank you very much for hanging out with
I hope you
us.
enjoyed this story. It's a bit long, but I hope you watched up to this point. Well, thanks. Give us a thumbs up, drop your comments, and if
We
you
get
have
to interact
questions
with you.
for us, please drop them.
Yes. We will be ready to attend to your question. In our next video, we'll be picking questions
Yeah, from our comment
from our
section.
comment section to
Yes.
interact with you, answer those questions, and move on. Thank you very much for being.
Don't forget to
around.
like, subscribe, turn on
Cheers.
notification, and everything. We love you.
Bye.
From Port Harcourt, I love you. Say,